Hey, back at 10th Planet Austin with our guest for the last week, Marvin Castelle from HQ. He came out for, you've been here since, what,
last Wednesday. So
Yeah.
I've been here from Wednesday to Wednesday.
full week here. Got himself out of California and to what is currently a free state. We'll see how much longer. We wanted to sit down just like we did with Ruben and just give an overview of the kind of people that are coming by, the kind of instruction that we're getting, and the plans that the people that come by have for their future. And first off, like, how did you come to 10th Planet? I mean, I know you're from Michigan, came out to work with Eddie. I never got the full story on how that came about.
Oh, well, basically, I'm from Michigan. I got to train at basically like an MMA gym that let me fight for free. If I fought for them, I could train free. So I was just like, that was an awesome experience. So I ended up having 2 MMA fights as amateur, obviously. It was underground fights. Obviously no one could go. It was just like maybe like your team and like the fighters. I ended up going 2 rounds in both fights and ended up winning by triangle. And I remember throwing down so hard in these fights and like not feeling I was like doing as much damage as I should have been. And then once it hit the ground, I tapped the guy super quickly. So it kind of reprogrammed my mind to what I thought was better, striking or grappling. And I just chose grappling. I was just like, you know what, grappling seems like a more understanding art to me. So let me check that out. Let me try to master it, right? And that's when I ended up going all the way to California and started to live with my family and meet my mom's sisters and brothers. And I was working at like a dog grooming place while going to school, and I noticed there's a 10th Planet down the street, and I was just like, there's no way this is real, So I ended up walking in, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna have to come back. So I ended up coming back with my aunt and letting her like see the area because she just wanted to know where I was gonna be at. Because she didn't want me to be like in like a gang or something like that. And this is where I met Curtis. So Curtis kind of signed me up that day and told me
when Curtis was working the front desk at
working the front desk, long hair, Alaskan guy, telling me Alaskan dreams. And
the Alaskan dreams that he's living out right now.
Exactly, and he made it happen. And from that day, we've been awesome homies, and definitely had our differences because we've come from different places, and we're still tight, and we've been grinding together since then, and it's been like a foresight. He told me this could happen, and it happened.
Dude, I mean, Curtis is an interesting leader in that, he sees things. He sees it happen before it happens. He knows where your path can go. He knows where his path is going. He doesn't really, like, as long as you stay focused on it, and that's one thing I learned from him, is his focus, his level of focus, and his ability to get rid of the things that don't matter on that path is really second to none. And when did you meet him? How old were you?
I would say I was probably about, probably like 23.
Okay.
Probably like 23. Man, he was just so focused on like, let's get better. We could be black belts, in 8-9 years. And I'm just like, dude, relax. I just got here, And we started training, we started focusing, and I started to see like my involvement.
Yeah.
And he was one of the people that showed me that I could evolve right in front of my own face. Yeah. So now I'm a completely believer of like, obviously you want to be able to master something in your lifetime. He's told me like, if you haven't mastered one thing, what have you finished all the way? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something that kind of like sticks in my head. Even after jiu-jitsu, after I'm done with jiu-jitsu, I want to be able to master other things. And keep mastering, keep evolving, not just being cool where I'm at, and never trying to put it on the line.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's obsessive to me about jiu-jitsu is the mastering process of it. Because the writing process for me, the trying to learn how to speak better, all these kind of things, and then being able to come out here every single day and execute on something that I know that if I come, I'm going to get better. So at least if I come here, I'm going to get a win in my day. I'm toward, all right, we're going toward this thing. Because with Curtis, like you said, Curtis is like, oh, you'll be black belt. I don't even think about it. I'm like, all right, one day I'm going to be a black belt.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I told you.
It's just the culture that belief that he's ingrains, very,
very powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah. So I mean, and then for you too, is that now you're 29, and you're at the point where you're starting to get ready to open your own school.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, I definitely feel like, you know, Eddie obviously wants me to leave the nest. He wants, you know, now, at first he wanted me to leave the nest quick, but now he's like, damn, this, you know, like, I might need my killer still around, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to be able to open a gym, you know, wherever I can. You know, maybe Cali next to Eddie, but, you know, from the situation that we're all going on around the world, it's just like, it seems like unlikely at the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like the COVID situation is definitely hurting everyone, not just, you know, one person or just a few people. It's definitely hurting everyone. Not many people can work, you know, and I feel like if you put a lot of money into something right now, you're not gonna get back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so so it's like, you know, we're still looking at options. Obviously, Texas is great. It's obviously open, and you know that's a huge thing right now. You know, sad to say.
Yeah. I mean, interesting to hear the comedy community getting ready to move out of places like LA, getting ready to move out of places like New York, because of that factor. And then, like, you know, with the 10th Planet base we have right here, the HQ of Texas, it kind of feels like, right? And then, because we've been talking to you for a while about maybe spots in here in Texas and things like that. And so, like, the potential here and the possibility of, because I have a buddy in real estate who's like, and you know, he was quoted in an article this week, and it's just like, here it goes. I mean, California and New York, they're coming here. They're coming. So the growth of, and then the people that are going to want jiu-jitsu based on the fact that they came from a place that had jiu-jitsu, creating an atmosphere where, like, we got people who are, from this jump when Curtis started this, the people that were starting to come were people that had a little bit of experience. They might not be all the way there, but you start to get purple belts from Massachusetts, and you know, guys from, you know, now we're getting
Romans.
We're getting black belts from California now.
Exactly.
So the school just keeps growing, and then a guy like yourself here in Texas, like, you're gonna attract a lot of people.
Exactly. You know, and, such a great environment out here. So loving, so friendly.
Yeah.
You know, you don't feel like you don't feel like you're in an MMA gym where everyone wants to like attack you or you know, make you feel like you're not good enough. This is like a family. It feels like family, and like even being in HQ, like HQ is definitely more different than here. It makes me a little bit more serious. You know, in like the style of family we have. I feel like this one is definitely more relaxed and calming, and I feel like people who walk in here from other gyms would feel normal coming in here. But walking HQ, it feels like headquarters. It feels like a spaceship.
It feels like
You know?
Yeah, if you come in and you're not, because Eddie, but that's the culture that had to be bred, though, because you talked to me about it as well. Is that you were one of the dogs? Like, when you didn't come to class, people were like, "Where you at? We need you," because Eddie always some. It could be a college wrestler comes through. It could be a whatever. And Eddie has to put it on him. Or he needs one of his guys to put it on him to show him, like, hey, like, you can come through. Because that seems to be the environment that was built there.
Yes.
As a part of kind of, and the other thing for Eddie, too, it just from all that I know about, you know, him coming up, being the outsider. Being the guy who thought about things differently. Being that guy who was the no-gi guy, right? When people came in, they were like, I'm trying my martial art against this thing you're trying to prove.
Yes.
And now we can have a different mentality here slightly because of, you know, you guys went through the wars there.
Proven, yes.
Yeah, you know.
Proven, you know, and even now that you guys are, like, I love that we've already did the route, so you guys already know the route. And now we know all the options. This is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. You should go this way.
Yeah.
If this happens, we're gonna do this. And so you guys already know that, so you guys don't make the same mistakes we do. And even you know, and as we rode yesterday, you didn't make a lot of mistakes.
We got people coming through.
That's
why.
huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. A purple belt that doesn't make mistakes. You didn't make that many mistakes. You made clever, decisive decisions. And that's what jiu-jitsu becomes as soon as you get to that purple level. It's all fun, white belt, blue belt.
Yeah.
Once you get to that purple belt level, now you're coming here. I'm here to get better.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying. Like, I'm here to get better. I want at least, like, my job could have been intense. You know, at home could have been intense. But at least I get to come and do jiu-jitsu, see my friends. What's up, man?
Yeah.
Let's get better. You know what I'm saying? And that's a huge thing about having a good family, a good community to come back to.
Dude, and one of the things that Curtis talked to me about was that he wanted to create an atmosphere where, like, guys like yourself and, well, let's think about Kyle and Gabe. He created a spot where Curtis owns a gym, Kyle and Gabe are our head coaches, and they have a job. He set up this place where high-level competitors have a job. They maybe don't need to worry about the business as much, about growing their school, which is such a difficult part about what you're trying to embark on right now, which is be a top-level competitor and be a business owner, which are 2 full-time jobs.
Right, so true.
And you were talking about some of the seriousness of HQ, but like, I want to get into your coaching style, right? Because as I was super proud of my girl's kid, Mateo. He loved your coaching style. I mean, like, you're like now his favorite coach, I feel like.
Yeah.
And just the seriousness and the deliberate nature with which you teach, like, just straight to the point. You're a little bit, like we were talking about, you're like a little bit militant about it, because you're like a little bit more like you're a little bit football coach in there.
Yes.
You know, there's a little bit of
played football.
Right.
I wrestled. All my coaches were serious.
Yeah.
My MMA coach was serious. He wasn't friendly. He was nice off the mats.
Yeah.
Totally different person off the mats. They all were. But I would feel like on the mats he was about, it's time to evolve.
Yeah.
We're not here to play around. We're here to stay technical, and we're here to get it done.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get me wrong. I love being. I tried being a nice coach. I tried.
Right.
No one learned. No one evolved. Okay. So now it's time for me to know me, because I'm not that nice. I'm not that friendly. You know. So it's like.
Keep going.
So it's like.
I'm listening.
We gotta really like. We gotta really focus on.
Put that in the door. Put that thing in the door. Put that thing in the door. We keep going.
Yeah. We really have to focus on like just making sure all the white belts, all the beginners get their technique correctly.
Yeah.
And you really don't want them just doing things they don't know. They don't know how to do, because it involves it creates injury.
Yeah.
And then it creates people to not like jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we get into jiu-jitsu,
if you're sore every day and you're not as serious about it as you and I might be, like if you're like really hurting,
yeah, exactly.
and all it takes is you being off the mat for 1 month.
Yes.
For you to be like, because you could feel that during COVID, even for a guy like me, where you're like, man, I'm just doing all this workout. I actually feel good for the first time in a while. And like, if I'm not that guy, then it becomes, all right, I don't need to do this anymore and be sore all the time.
Exactly.
Right? You know.
I feel like, even with what you said, like, oh man, I'm hitting these weights, I feel good, I'm not sore. But you've been doing jiu-jitsu 2 years. You think you're not gonna want to choke somebody?
Yeah.
That motion of competition, of competitiveness, is gonna eventually come back.
Yeah, it's gonna come back for anybody.
And then you're gonna want to jump back in jiu-jitsu and haven't done it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that is cool, but it's also dangerous.
Yeah.
And that's what comes to my drills. Like, so when I'm beginning with someone, it doesn't matter what rank they are. It doesn't matter if it's white to black belt. We're gonna drill for a month, just drilling so you can get my style. My style is 2 hours. You know, we're gonna go through guard retention, wrestling, passing. Then we're gonna get into our series of the day. You know, whatever that series is gonna be 4 parts. Okay, beginner, novice, intermediate, advanced. So beginner series, novice series, intermediate, advanced series. So that last one's gonna be hard. It might be a lot of steps to it, but you gotta. It's gonna load up.
Yeah.
You know, so as it loads up, like, I'm gonna be very hard on you about making every one of those series your own. Every one of those series count. It's not gonna be you take the passing series, but you didn't take the garbage series. You took the garbage series, but you didn't take. No, you're gonna take every one of those series serious, 100%. And once you realize that every part of it makes sense, every part of it takes you to the next level, that's when you're gonna be like, I actually feel like I understand jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I understand that, like, I can't. Once I get careless, I'm not gonna be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, like, your technique is your safety. That's what I'm telling my students. That technique is your safety. If you have really good technique, you're most likely not to get hurt often. But if you have no technique and no knowledge of what you're doing, the most likely you're gonna get hurt, and then you become that same pattern. You get hurt, 6 months, you come back, meet the same dude, he hurts you again, 6 months.
Yeah. And when you take time out of the gym, because I had to do a little bit of time out for my neck, and like even just a month, right? Then you just like you imagine what 6 months like that could be like, because you feel other people were getting better while you weren't there, and it's just it's that competitive piece of it
Yes.
that really makes you want to show up every day, which is a fascinating part of the game. Because there's nothing like it where it's up to you when you practice. It's up to you. Like if you want to come twice a day, if you want to come 3 times a day, if you can figure out how to make your body like do the stretching, do whatever to come as many times as you want, or you become the four times a week guy. Like it's up to you. It's up to you where you're gonna go with it, and to just see like if you're that guy who is getting hurt, if you're that guy who's not doing things the right way and not seeing the progress that you want to see, like there the mental side of it that's gonna become dejected. You're gonna become like, you know, you're trying to get better and you feel like you're putting a lot of energy towards this, but you're not doing it the right way, and then now you're just there's a whole mental side of the game too.
So it's such a huge mental side, and that's where me being militant comes in. If your coach is already so motherfucking hard on you, those matches are not gonna be fucking hard.
No.
My class,
you run a hard class.
I run a hard class every class. When you get out there, my students go out there and they'll have fun on the match.
Yeah.
They'll have fun in the match instead of being so nervous that they can have a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I go so hard on you in the match. I'm not in the match, but in class, just so you can feel what it's like to be told you're wrong. No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. No, you're wrong again. Let's do that again. And I'm really big on just like, maybe you don't like to, maybe you don't understand me just telling you. Maybe I have to cut into you a little for you to understand that I'm taking this serious, and you're gonna take it serious too, because I'm very passionate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make you absorb my passion, either you like it or not. And to all my students.
Well, I feel like Mateo absorbed your passion.
Oh man, he did. And he like once I got a little spicy with them, one serious comment, little nasty comment.
You did?
All of them, everyone, the whole class.
I saw that.
Once I get spicy, boom, everyone's like, okay, we're on the same flow pattern as you.
Yeah.
They don't want any of that, because they don't want to be on the bad side of the coach. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to be on the good side, so they're gonna try their best when everybody starts getting when I start getting serious with people.
Yeah.
And dude, I'll tell you, like, I feel like I'm always running experience on my first students to my newer students now. Like, in the beginning, I felt like I gave a lot of leeway, like me being super friendly in the beginning to my students. You know, I think it's great, you know? But I feel like with my students now, I'm definitely more teacher-like. You know, just let's get this in, and then once we get off the mats, we could talk bros. Bros until we die, you know what I'm saying? But on the mats, I'm very serious. You keep it 100% respect. You don't got any respect, get off the mats. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's no games. So it's like, as long as they can,
you don't have respect for what you're doing.
As long as you have respect for what you're doing, and you know, like, you understand that, like, you can separate both. You know, we're friends, we're homies off the mat. You're my boy, you know, my brother. But on the mat, I'm your coach. You listen to what I say, whatever I say goes. If you don't like that shit, get off the fucking mat. That's all it is. I know it sucks to hear. I know it sucks for me to say, but I'm not tripping at the end of the day, because I got people who are ready to learn. You know, and sometimes I can't just focus on the beginner, because I don't teach beginner classes. I teach intermediate classes for people who already know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and in my classes, you don't get to go to my classes until you do 5 months of Tempifying Jiu Jitsu anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because my classes are 2 hours, you know, and not many people are ready for that pace.
No, and that's one of the things too that about your class too. I said to you after the class is that I got enough of a workout in with the pace of your class, which then allows me to just be like, hey, I'm not gonna roll with it. I'm good with it. I got enough in, because a lot of the times you're out there rolling and you're like, well, I want to get a really hard workout in. You know, but you don't always need it. Like Chai gave me the nickname "Go Hard" because that's my shit. Like I go hard. Like I'm always the guy that's trying to roll all the time. You know, all 10 round Tuesday are my, you know,
you love it.
That's my favorite day of the week, right? But to be able to go to a class and get that same kind of thing while learning the technique. And then, I mean, and like you said, the thing about your teaching too is that the X guard became a part of my game too. And my ability to pull guard and actually do something with it rather than
grab it fast. Your mind didn't have to think, because your body did it so many times.
And well, because of the teaching style.
Just from rep, and like, dude,
this is like your third time here.
Oh yeah, third time here, and you guys are 30 times better.
Yeah.
When I'm rolling with you guys are blocking it all because you already seen those movements before. What you got new now, coach?
Yeah. Well, that's where the game is. And like, at the top levels of this sport is that everybody knows, Andrew Craig, you're good, dog.
Hey,
But yeah, did you hop in, bro?
This is last day here, man.
Oh, yeah. Give him a hug. Yeah.
See you.
I'll catch you later, bro. At the top of this game, at the top of jiu-jitsu, everyone knows the basic stuff, right? So you can win by doing the basic stuff like better than everybody else, right? But the other factor is that the guys, and I noticed this right when I came into it, but the leg lock game was was becoming the way that a lot of people were winning when I started doing jiu-jitsu, right? And that leg lock game was like this new part of the game. So what I recognize is that it's about being able to conceptually build off of what's already being done,
Yes.
and take it to these places that people just don't understand how to defend you. Because you're doing something that they're not used to doing. Because you've done it a bunch of times, and it's just something that, and you can feel it when people come from other schools and stuff like that, especially the first time you get someone who hasn't got the lockdown in, the leg lockdown in. You know, I trained for 6 months before I came here, and then someone put me in a lockdown. I'm like, oh shit, what is this? You know,
it's so true, and like I like how you really starting to think about like not many people even think like a lot of people think about my teaching style. They're like, damn, that shit works so well, but they don't sit down and think on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like what I want you guys to realize is like I want you to do a hard drilling session with cardio Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, we're gonna do that same drilling so you can get that third round of drills. Then you guys can open that. Okay? And then maybe Thursday, I might let you guys open that in the morning again.
Yeah.
But then we're back to that Thursday night, we're back to drilling.
Yeah.
You know, maybe some live drills now. Maybe
Yeah.
get some live drills in there, you know, just to sprinkle it around. But like, we need to keep that drilling so high that they're so technical that they don't need me in competition.
Yeah.
They don't need their coach screaming his heart out in competition because they've done this 375 times. They've done this 758 times.
Yeah. Numbers.
You know, the numbers matter.
Yeah.
You know, and like I see a lot of teachers say, drilling's stupid. Drilling doesn't make. You don't have any good students.
Yeah.
That's why. You don't have any good students if you're not drilling. If your students are not drilling, they're not having good students. They don't know your movements. They're not black belts. They don't move like this.
I wrote this in my next book. The book's about football, but I'm talking about like for whatever reason I bring, you know, I'm sure I'm forgetting where the exact context of it is in the book, but it's like it's you're doing moves X number of times that someone else hasn't done as many times. So if you're doing that move more times, and they haven't done it as many times, they haven't felt it as many times, they haven't tried to get out of it as many times. So it's just like it's a mathematic game, like, and that's what the drilling is, and that's what your kind of teaching style is too. So like, while California's locked down, while you know things are going on with COVID, if you've got a school, this is one of the guys that you're gonna want to call to bring in. You know, the teaching style's phenomenal. It's different. You know, it's gonna get you better. And then you bring Marvin back 2, 3, 4 times, and suddenly you have an entirely different piece of your game that everyone at your school can implement. So Marvin, thank you for coming.
I appreciate it, man. I definitely feel like I'm really trying to go everywhere. I'm trying to get to all the 10 planets worldwide. You know, definitely when this COVID stuff is over, guys, I'm still trying to go global. We definitely got to band together, guys. We're all people at the end of the day. The jiu-jitsu community, we're going to try to help no matter what. And I really appreciate Zack for having me on.
Dude, my pleasure.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you coming. And then, dude, Marvin, it's always a pleasure. Can't wait to have you back. And you're flying out today.
Yes,
But,
sir.
it's unfortunate for us. Get on home.
Appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.